Welcome to this deep dive. Today, we're dissecting a totally fascinating interview with Peter Yang. He's a former product builder at Reddit, Meta, and Roblox, and he is absolutely redefining what it means to be a solopreneur right now.
But first, let me ask you something. Have you ever been on a flight, realized there's no Wi-Fi, and suddenly you feel your brain just kind of shut down? Like you physically can't work or even think through complex problems because you're disconnected from your digital tools. Or think about this. What if you could shrink a grueling 8-hour workday down to just a couple of hours? If you could replace a whole cross-functional team with AI, would you feel like you're basically cheating the system? Because honestly, that is exactly the reality we're unpacking today.
Section 1, Efficiency Cheating, Replacing a Team. Okay, let's dive into this ultimate case study, starring Peter Yang and his completely automated business model.
Just look at this number for a second, 140,000. That's his massive newsletter subscriber count. Now, how big do you think the full-time team is that manages this massive audience, schedules the posts, and does all the market research? Zero. Literally zero. It's just Peter, a freelance video editor, a few contractors, and a highly engineered AI setup working 24/7.
Section 2, the 5-layer AI architecture. To get to this level, you have to completely abandon basic chat boxes. This breakdown brilliantly illustrates the path to that mindset shift. Peter maps out a really precise 5-layer AI architecture. So layer 1 is just everyday answers using ChatGPT or Claude. Layer 2 is daily work. Think features like projects where you still kind of have to manually copy and paste stuff. Layer 3 is prototyping with Lovable, Replit, or Codex to actually show engineers what you want. Layer 4 is building your own personal utility apps hosted on Vercel. But layer 5, oh man, this is where the absolute magic happens. This is treating AI as a personal agent, streamlining your workflows and directly updating APIs across your software suite without you even touching a keyboard.
Section 3, Core Production Flow, the hardcore tool chain. Now shifting focus to the exact unfiltered tool chain Peter uses to actually execute this layer 5 automation. No vague theories here, just the hardcore flow.
Check out his exact 4-step content pipeline. Step 1, he does a brain dump while walking using a voice tool called Super Whisper. Crucially, he caps this at exactly 10 minutes maximum to prevent the AI's context window from breaking and freezing up. Step 2, he dumps that transcript straight into Codex, which applies custom skills like searching the last 30 days on Reddit and X for fresh research and running it through a strict no AI slop filter. Step 3, the human touch. Peter manually tweaks that final 10%. Step 4, his social writer skill distributes the polished piece directly to X, LinkedIn, Threads, and Substack notes, applying specific platform nuances automatically.
Let's list the uncompromised facts about his software stack. He completely ditches default chatbots for Codex and Claude code. He relies on Super Whisper for that critical voice dictation. A tool called Granola handles his meeting recordings, instantly generating structured summaries. He uses Hermes as an AI chief of staff right inside messaging apps like Telegram and Slack. And wildly, he completely bypassed his former analytics tool, Typefully. Because for platforms that don't even have native support, like Substack Notes, Codex literally sniffs out internal APIs via browser emulation to post for him automatically. Mind-blowing, right?
Section 4, Building a Personal Brain Trust, the skills file. So how does Codex actually know what to do without Peter constantly prompting it? It runs on this concept called skills. A skill is rigorously defined as just a simple text file. It contains specific instructions, principles, and API integrations that connect different AI workflows. But here's the catch. Peter enforces a strict rule where every single skill absolutely must be a maximum of 1 page. If you let AI auto-generate your skills, you end up with these massive bloated files you'll never read, which just leads to terrible, inefficient outputs.
So the crucial point here is summed up perfectly by Peter himself. The last 10%, you got to add your human touch to it. You can't just AI slopify everything. I mean, if you're churning out 10 posts an hour purely to chase viral metrics with robotic text, you're literally destroying your audience's trust. At the end of the day, human craft and taste are what actually survive the algorithm.
To actually get the AI to learn his specific taste without blowing up the context window, he uses a dedicated text file, literally called learnings.md. The AI is programmed to recognize strategic patterns while they chat,
But instead of just hoarding endless messy data, it has to stop and ask Peter for explicit permission before saving just a concise 1 to 2 sentence insight. That guarantees super high signal context management.
And what does it actually learn? Well, look at the principles inside his personal advisor skill. Its primary goal is super clear. Help him make a specific target amount of money while maintaining total control of his time. Its core principle? Keep the main thing, which means the AI actively tells him to say no to distracting conferences or book deals. It knows his energy givers, like vibe coding with Codex, and his energy takers, like having way too many Zoom calls. It literally checks his behavior against his own rules to stop him from taking on bad projects.
Section 5. Practical Guide, Setup, and Pitfalls. Let's move on and see how this builds into a practical execution plan for you.
First off, we really need to contrast the amateur method with the professional setup. Basic chatbots, they require manual copy-pasting, they have totally scattered memories, and you constantly have to reformat their outputs. But Codex and Claude Code connect directly to APIs, read your live Google Docs, and execute work directly across your apps. So leaving traditional chatbots is absolutely your mandatory first step here. Here's your exact 0 to 1 implementation timeline. Step 1, get the $20 premium plan and download Codex. Step 2, brain dump all your manual workflows into it. Step 3, hook up your integrations like Slack and Granola. And Step 4, cancel all your meetings and dedicate exactly 1 full day to build this out, providing really patient, iterative feedback to the AI as it naturally fails and learns.
Section 6. Hardcore review and today's takeaway. Let's lock in the facts.
Rapid fire. Here are the exact metrics we extracted today. Subscriber count, 140,000 managed with no full-time team. Voice limit, maximum 10 minutes via Super Whisper to avoid breaking the prompt context. Distribution, exactly 4 platforms automated. Skill length, 1 page maximum to keep the output sharp. Strategy briefs, automatically generated every 30 days, analyzing content outliers. Setup time, exactly 1 full day to build the core workflows.
Which brings us to today's core takeaway. Building an AI system requires absolute patience. You must intentionally use 1 dedicated day to deploy it, exchanging those hours for infinite future compound interest and extreme focus on what actually matters.
Now, I've got a hardcore debate question for you. Is churning out high-volume AI slop a genius design for hyper-efficient monetization in the creator economy, or is it a giant pitfall that ultimately destroys audience trust? What are your reasons?
I want to hear from you. Leave a comment with your answer below, and when you do, I'll send you the exact AI workflow tool list and mind map from today's explainer. Thanks for joining me on this deep dive, and I'll see you on the next one.